Everybody go to breakfast. Hey sis, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ahara if this is your first time here. In today's video, I'm going to show you guys how I achieved this makeup look right here. I feel like this is a perfect makeup look for beginners, and it is gorgeous for special occasions, date night, Valentine's Day, whatever you want to do. This is a great makeup look. It's very neutral and just beautiful. So if you guys want to see how I created this look, then just keep on watching. To start off the look, you know, we got to start with the prep skin, baby, okay? I'm not really much of a primer girly, but I feel like as long as you do good skincare, you know, you'll be set, okay? But when I do my makeup, I recently have been loving this e.l.f. Whoa Glow. It's actually a makeup primer with SPF, and I think it can be used as a moisturizer as well, because I be using it as a moisturizer. But I love the glow that it gives to my skin. As you can see, like my T-zone, it just looks very like glowy, my nose. Like, I just think it's such a beautiful, like, base to your makeup. I'm also loving this lip oil that I got from e.l.f. as well. I just love the way that it makes my lips look, and it's kind of like a mix between like a chapstick and a lip gloss, so I feel like it's very nourishing to your lips and it gives it a little shine, baby. This is not even a sponsored video by e.l.f., but these are some of my recent favorite products, so I felt like I had to put y'all on. Like, look at the skin, baby, okay? To look like this before we put makeup on, like, that's the goal. So for makeup, I am going to be going in with the Born This Way foundation. As you can see, your girl is on her last couple drops, baby, okay? And I actually have to use another shade because your girl done got darker, so that's not even the shade, but I am still using Born This Way. I just got back from Jamaica, so there will be a vlog coming soon. But honey, your girl got a little tan. Like, I done went up a couple shades. So I'm about to just start with my foundation. I just like to dot my foundation all over my face. And then I'm also going to go with my concealer. Before I kind of blend out this foundation, I like to have my concealer sit for a little while. So I'm going to use the Born This Way concealer as well. This is the color Warm Sand. This might be a little light since I'm a little darker, you know. I like to put it under my eye and above my eye because we are going to be doing eyeshadow today. So we got to prep these lids for some shadow, baby. And I put a little bit right here under my nose and like above my lip. Now, for me, I'm definitely a brush girly. Like, I like blending out my makeup with a brush opposed to a sponge. But I always do my concealer with a sponge, though. Don't forget your neck, sis. You always gotta blend it down on your neck. And depending on your hairstyle, it's very important to get right here on your ear as well, because sometimes it be looking a little lighter, you know? We can't have that. All right, I'm feeling real blended. Now I'm going to go in with some contour and keep letting this concealer sit. The contour I'm using is actually this Juvia's Play Stick. I'm just use a little bit. I feel like I always make like the little fish face or the kissy face when I'm blending, because it just, you got to like pull your skin, you know what I mean? So I always go like this. I feel like when you pull your skin, like, I don't know why it helps, but it definitely does. I can already feel that it's about to be a good makeup day, okay? Like, the makeup is makeup-y right now. Now, if you're a girl who creases like me, you need to get your powder ready before you even start blending out the concealer, okay, baby? Today, I'm going to be using the Huda Beauty powder. I'm going to be using mine in the color Banana Bread. And I love that this powder just gives you like a nice brightening effect. To put my powder on, I've actually been using these little triangle powder puffs. I feel like they are so convenient. Like, I love like the shape of them. They just so perfectly fit underneath your eye. Blend this out a little. And then we're going to set that eye before we even do the other one. And now the other side. So later on this evening, I actually am going to be going to a little wine tasting in Boston. I'm definitely going to make a little TikTok of it. So make sure you guys are following me on TikTok and Instagram, baby, okay? I got on this cute little robe set right here. I know you guys are probably wondering, like, where did you get that, sis? Drop the tea, okay? And I actually will have this coming up in one of my next videos. It's a lingerie piece that I got from Fenty. And it just looks so beautiful. Like, I love the little black sheer polka dots. It actually comes with a dress and some little matching panties. So make sure you guys tune into that video if you guys want to see the full look, okay? But yeah, I'm going to a wine tasting tonight in Boston. And it's going to be so much fun. Like, I've actually been to a wine tasting at this place before. And like, they just have like pop-ups with like different wine companies, essentially, like, you know, wine brands. Like, when I went the first time, they had done like a pop-up with the Black Girl wines, and it was so dope. Like, I love that it was like, you know, a Black owned business, woman owned, and it was a vibe. Like, it was a really nice time. I definitely bought a bottle of wine. They were like doing a little signing after. So that was really cute. Like, so I can't wait to go to this one. It's another Black owned wine brand. I believe it's called Progressive Co. Brews, something like that. I'm going in with this Morphe contour. This is in the shade Vlogger. And this is actually called a bronzer, is what it says on the back. It has like a contour and a bronzer. So I always use the contour. And it's a pretty warm color. It's not like a cool toned contour, so it does kind of give bronzer vibes on both sides, truthfully. We starting the year off right with some makeup videos, so I hope you guys enjoy this. Make sure you give it a thumbs up if you've been watching to this point. I feel like we're having a good time over here, and the look hasn't even begun yet, okay? Now for blush, I'm going to go in with this Fenty Cream Blush. It's in the shade Petal Poppin', and it's just this like nice light pink. This is just like a really nice like neutral pink, honestly. Like, it looks very natural. Like, it looks just like how you would look when you naturally blush, you know? So I think this is a gorgeous color right here. Now, because I am a blessed eyebrow girl, it doesn't take me too much to do my eyebrows. So I'm about to just do it real quick. I'm using this NYX brow pencil. It's just like their standard one. And I'm going to just do a quick little fill in, you know, nothing crazy. I am going to go in and set like my foundation under here. And I'm going to kind of like carve it out like to make my contour stick out more. So I'm just going to go in and kind of like that. That way we can set our foundation and we can carve out that contour at the same time. Because I have round cheeks, I do kind of go in and round it out. But that's just dependent on your face shape. You know, everything with makeup, I always say, is preference as well. Like, if there's anything I'm doing that you're like, I don't like that, you know, if you do it. Now, if you guys have been looking for a good palette, the Soft Glam from Anastasia Beverly Hills is my go-to. Like, the colors in here are so gorgeous. Like, they're very warm, neutral colors. As you can see, my palette has been loved, okay? I done had some shadows fall out. I done used some shadows to their entirety. Like, I've been rocking with this palette for a good couple years now, okay? So I do love this palette right here, and I think it's a great palette for beginners and just girls who like to do those natural soft glam looks, okay? Because I'm a soft glam girly by heart. Before I start, let me go in and wipe this off because, like I said, we are not trying to brighten. And if you don't want to bake, you could always also go in with like a foundation powder and just like set the foundation. But I do think, especially when you want your makeup to last longevity, you need to set every part of the foundation because the foundation is liquid. So if you don't set it, I mean, it's not going to necessarily move, but I feel like it'll transfer and just not last as long. And baby, we about to be on a date. We don't want our makeup transferring onto Bay. Like, we don't want none of the face getting up on him. So we got to set this area real nicely. I'm actually going in with a powder as well. But moving on to the eyes, which for some is the most intimidating part, okay? I don't do my eyes often, if I'm being very honest. So I'm definitely a simple look kind of girly. For this look, like I told you guys, I'll be using the Soft Glam palette. The first color I'm going to go in with is Burnt Orange. And I'm going to put that all in my crease right here. Just, you know, lightly dab and blend it out. I do really want to build this color up and kind of get some depth out of it. So I am going to go in a couple times. And you can kind of bring it out too to the end of the eye. I do like to do that as well. Because, you know, we're going to put a little darker shadow back here. So we just got to have everything ready to blend. And then go in, do the same on the second eye. The second color I'm about to go in with is Rustic to kind of build this color up more. For Rustic, I do want to use a brush that is a little, you could use the same brush, but I'm going to use a brush that's a little tighter because I want it to be more focused in my crease. Whereas with this color, I did kind of put it not only in my crease, like all throughout. So this color Rustic is going specifically in the crease, if that makes sense. You can kind of see as I place it there. Like, this is very concentrated in our crease. Don't feel afraid to ever go back in and grab more of your transition shade. But right now, I think we have a great base for this eye. As you can see, like, it has way more depth than this eye. So we're going to go in and match that eye. Sometimes it helps to kind of go in with the shadow and like drag it across so that you're like creating a line. And then you just go in and blend it out. We're being very soft though. Like, you don't want to apply too much pressure because sometimes the more pressure you add, depending on the amount of shadow you put on your brush, the more pressure, the more color. And we want this to look very blended and like, you know, washed out. Not very like harsh lines or anything like that. So I'm going to go in with the color Cypress Umber right here, this dark brown color. And I'll honestly, once again, we tapping this brush off because I really don't want to use too much of this color. But I am going to go in and put this right here in my like outer V. Like, we're going to, that line that we kind of put in the crease, we're just going to bring down. And just a very little, truthfully, because I'm not looking for like crazy amounts of depth here. Like, I'm just looking to create a nice smoky type of look on the outside. So like I said, you just kind of bring that line down from the crease, like diagonally. If hopefully like that is making sense and this visual is visualing. You can put it a little bit in the outer crease to kind of blend. But this brush that I'm using, actually, as you can see, it's a very small tapered brush. So we're not even going to try to do much blending with this. This is more so for shadow placement. And this is why I was saying it's very important to not take too much shadow and to tap off your brush. Because we want very light amount. If you put too much shadow on your brush for this step, sis, your face is going to be ruined. You're going to be annoyed because you're going to have so much darkness that you're going to have to blend out. I just truly recommend that you go in with small amounts, sis. Like, please. Please do that for yourself and for me, because I don't want you to get stressed doing this look. This is an easy look, baby. So I'm just kind of placing. I am slightly blending, but I feel like I'm able to blend just because I have such a small amount of shadow on this brush. But as you can see, the way that I'm like applying it to, it's kind of helping to create a slight cat eye. Nothing crazy. I'm gonna grab the brush that we use for Rustic. This one, it's like a little tapered, but not as much. I'm gonna grab that brush and I'm just gonna kind of like blend it, like I was saying. Even though she is pretty blended at the moment. I'm just gonna go in. Now, if you ask me, we got the perfect base for these eyes, okay? We got the little thing on the corner. We got the crease color, something to deepen it. Like, we're doing what the makeup girlies do, okay? You should feel very accomplished right now, okay? We are going to be cutting the crease, but I'm not the girl that's going to be going to grab some concealer to cut it and then cut it again. I'm just going to try to cut it with this shadow, okay? And it always works for me. So have a little faith in yourself, sis, okay? Most of the time for my lid, I like to go in with a nice matte shade that will just make the eye look very like open and awake and kind of doll-like in my opinion. But the color that I usually use is not a color that will be accessible to you guys. So I don't want to use something in the video that y'all can't use and find as well. So the closest thing that I actually have to that, first I was going to go in with orange soda, and that's something you could definitely do. You could still go in with orange soda if you would like. But I'm actually going to go in with this Fit Me foundation powder. This is in the color 235. And as you can see, it is a very like bright color. But it's not white. You know, I like that it is a light color, but it does have like a nice flesh tonedness to it. So I'm going to go in with this on my lid and wish for the best. I don't know what the coverage will be like, but I have faith. The brush that I'm using is just a flat brush. This brush is kind of big, so if you have a smaller brush, I would definitely recommend that. But as long as it's flat, you really just want to be able to get in on that crease. And I'm just going to draw this on my lid. And the key with this is to kind of make it in like a circle shape, you know, like the shape of your lid. Because we're not cutting a crease, baby. We're just using the shadow to cut it as much as we can. So this brush actually does have a nice flat edge. I think that that's beneficial for creating the cut crease, kind of like you would do with the concealer, but we're only doing it with powder, honey. So just, you know, kind of go up as high as you can into that crease until you're kind of meeting that brown color. And if you get any of the white shadow on the brown, you can easily just wipe that off. Like, go in and reinforce the brown color. But as you can see, like, look, honey, I love it. I think it looks so cute. I should have done this sooner. I'm going to go in and do that on the other eye as well. I'm going to show you guys again. Hopefully that it'll be better. But I am literally jam-packing product onto my brush, okay? And then I'm just going to go in. And we're kind of trying to round about our eye. Like, I'm just doing the shape right now, and then I'm filling in the actual lid. Like, just literally push your brush up against that brown line. And then bring it down. Ooh, yes, baby, we did it. This looks so cute. This looks super cute. I'm actually going to go in with a little burnt orange right here. You know, never be afraid to go back in and reinforce colors. Sometimes that's what's necessary. That's the part they don't show you in the videos, guys, is them going back in 20 times and reinforcing colors. That's what y'all don't see. All right, y'all, I'm gonna go put on lashes real quick off camera and then I'll come back. The lashes I'm gonna be using are from this 5-pack right here from Kiss Lashes. This is the number 11, and I just love how like wispy they are. They're a very thin lash. They're not something that's very thick. I don't like thick lashes like that, but I do like something that's wispy and long. So I'm gonna put these on real quick and then I'll come back. All right, so here we are with the lashes on. As you see, lashes just always bring the look together, baby. So I'm gonna go ahead and finally wipe off this powder. One thing I can never go without is a nose highlight, okay? Like, I feel like nose highlights, they just are so cute. Like, they just bring, like, a little shine to your face, you know? Like, it looks like, it just makes you glow. And it gives your nose a little shape, too. Now, if you are somebody that got a new Soft Glam palette, for the inner corner, I would definitely go in with, like, Glistening or Fairy. But since I don't have that, I'm just going to use, like, one of my highlighters. And I'm just going to put a little something in this inner corner, you know, bring a little light to it. This is like a nice champagne kind of highlight that I'm going in with, a nice gold champagne kind of color. Moving on to my favorite part. Comment down below and let me know, what is your favorite part of the makeup process, baby? Because for me, it is absolutely the lips. Now with this look, you could go in with any lipstick of your choice. This is a very nice and neutral look. So any lip that you pair with it is gonna hit, baby. Since it is date night, I'm gonna be going in with a red lip. I feel like red lips are just so sexy and bold. So I'm gonna go in with a red today. And the red that I'm gonna be using is from Fenty. With my red lips, I always go in and line my lips with like a burgundy. I feel like it's just a nice contrast, better than like brown or even black. But all of those eat as well. So it's just a personal preference what you line your lips with. But lining your lips is a non-negotiable, sis. So I'm actually going to go in with the Fenty liquid lip. This is in the color Underdog. As you can see, it's a nice burgundy color. And I'm going to go in and I'm going to line my lips. I'm going to overline just a little bit, you know, so we have the nice big juicy lip look. To line your lips, I feel like it is very important to like kind of tuck your lip. It's very important to like tug on your skin in some way to like get a nice makeup application, I feel like. So you'll see I kind of fold my lips in to line it better. Now with this lip liner, just like with the eyeshadow, this is a less is more product. This is a very liquidy lipstick, okay? So if you get too carried away, sis, it's going to be really dark. I would actually recommend, if you're a beginner especially, or you're just not good with lining your lips, I would recommend you get a lip brush like this, a nice like pencil type of brush to actually just like dip in the liner and line your lips like that, because what I just did was for the pros, baby, okay? I've been doing this for a decade. So I would not recommend, if you're new to this, to try and use this big applicator to line your lips, because it definitely can be difficult. Even though, as you can see, it does have a nice like point to it. So I was able to just use this side and really get a more precise lip. But let's get into this red, baby, okay? So this red is gorgeous, but this is a transferring red, okay? This is not a liquid lip. So if you want something that's going to be a liquid lip that will dry, then I would recommend getting another one of these Fenty lipsticks. And I think they have this in the shade MVP. Like, this might have been like the first red that she ever came out with. I would recommend you guys use that for a red lip. If you don't want something that will transfer, this one isn't going to transfer too much, but it's not something that's drying. So you don't go ahead kissing Bay on the cheek, okay? Because you're going to be getting stuff on. To put this on, I'm going to start in the middle and then I'm going to fade it out into the burgundy. So the burgundy will kind of be covered at some point, but it'll still be like showing underneath, you know? It'll still be defining the lips the way we need it to. Now talk about a red lip, okay? This lip looks great. As you can see, I really faded it a lot. You could go, if you want it brighter, you could even go in with another coat, but I don't want my lips to be too like cakey, if that makes sense. So just like back in the olden days, I'm actually gonna go in and I'm gonna like kind of just take a little off. But I think the lips look amazing. This look really came out so beautifully. Like, I'm shook, honey. I'm very impressed. Now, if you ever feel like you didn't draw on the lines good enough, you got makeup outside your lip line, I always just go in with some concealer or even my foundation, depending on what you prefer. I'm going to do foundation today because, you know, my concealer might be too light since I'm all chocolate now. But just go in with that in a small brush. This is actually an angled brush. This is usually an eyebrow brush. And I'm just going to take a little bit of that and we're just going to go around our lip line. And we going to clean it up, okay? But before you do this, you want to make sure the lipstick is dry, because if not, it will start smudging. So maybe just wait a couple minutes, move on to something else, like, because you do not want to mess anything up. And then once again, I'm going to kind of move my lips to the side to get a better, like, application. The last and final step is some setting spray, and I'm actually going to use the Morphe Luminous setting spray because we trying to glow, baby, okay? So I'm going to just mist this all over my face. I am somebody that goes crazy with the setting spray, so mind your business. And this is the final look. I am obsessed. I hope that you ladies enjoyed this video and hopefully it was helpful. I know it was a little long, but make sure you guys like this video if it was helpful. Subscribe to my channel down below. Leave me a thumbs up and I'll see you next time. Bye, babes.